You have decided to change, but then suddenly you remember that you have committed to many other things. Suddenly you think, oh, I'm not going to have the time to commit to a coaching. Suddenly you think there are so many other things to do that focusing and finding the courage to commit to face the money problem and to change your money reality to increase your income becomes a second, third, or last option for you right now. Why this happens and how this is directly affecting the results that you have with your money right now, keeping you stuck on those $2,000, $3,000 that you're making with your business right now. Hello and welcome to Dear Lag, Let's Break Up, the podcast where we make money mindset work extra simple so that you, as a female entrepreneur, can easily increase your income, better your relationship with money, and grow your business. Because together we are saying, Dear Lag, let's break up. It really sucks when you have hit a wall with your income and you are stuck at the same level regardless of what you try. It doesn't matter if you put 5 different offers out there, money doesn't seem to be increasing and you are more and more feeling the stuckness, frustrated, and without knowing what to do. It was taking me a lot to figure out why, although I had a business for over 10 years, we did fine, but money was always almost at the same level. We are good at what we do, but we used to find it very hard to receive. We were always seemingly breaking even. And even when we used to get more money, well, bills pop up. And that was just enough to get us by. Those storms are over. Only after this session alone, I've never thought that I hold into so much shit that got me stuck at the same level of income. I knew I had a good thing going on with my business, but one sale here and there just didn't work for me. It has been the best decision to get into this program. Alejandra is the best person to have in your corner when it comes to money. These are real DMs that I have received since last year when I first launched Income Accelerator. If you have been facing that wall and feeling stuck in your income, listen up because this opportunity is for you. I'm opening limited one-on-one spaces for you if your mission is to boost through that income wall and double or triple your income in the next 90 days. Income Accelerator is the premium income mastery program where our only mission is to get you to increase your income in ways that you cannot even imagine. So natural, so easy, so effortlessly. You can learn more about it at themoneymindset.hub.com/income. That is themoneymindset.hub.com/income. And hurry up because spaces are limited. Let's talk about this because I know for a fact that many of you have thought, say it out loud, or have it very in your conscious mind that this is the last year, this is the last month that you allow yourself to not make the income that you desire. You have said it, I want to increase my income. But for some reason, that happened last month as well, and you didn't do anything. You didn't even click the appointment for the Income Accelerator, even though that you knew that this program would be a good fit for you. Now, what that happens and how can you take advantage of what it is happening right now after you understand why that happens so that you turn the things around? Here's the thing. For that behavior to make sense, you need to know something that I walk my clients through with how your brain works, one mind, 3 brains. So time and money are a very survival thing, are a very visible survival resource that sits on your survival brain. When you do things, you are assessing at the same level money and time. Then let's say on top, it's not really on top because that's not how the brain really is, but let's say that on top of those survival time and money, then you get your emotions that can threat or enhance those two resources in your survival brain, and that is on your limbic brain, the emotional brain. And that's where a lot of the work with money is done, because if you don't allow your emotional brain to work with your survival and your logical brain, well, we're not going to do anything. And lastly, you have your logical brain, or your neocortex. So the neocortex is where everything makes sense. Even when it doesn't make sense, it tries to make sense of everything. It's where your language is stored, and it's where, most of the rationality happens. Why am I talking about brain and mind here? Because it is very important for you to understand what is happening inside of your head. So when things like this come up, you can call yourself out in your own BS, bullshit and belief system. And here's the thing. And this is a very real example. I had somebody that knows that the Income Accelerator is her program. She has been making money. She has created a multiple six figures business, but is completely stuck right now at the same level of income for the past year. It doesn't matter what she does. It doesn't matter what she really tries out, the offers or anything. The same level of income comes every single time, every single quarter, every single month. And that's the target of Income Accelerator. Everything that we do inside of the program is to help you to break that. So we started talking about, and she said, yeah, this is perfect. Let me schedule the call. Well, the call never came because she never scheduled. It's not like this other person, because I also had another person that is scheduled and cancel, and that can be another episode. I tell you why that happens. But on this case, this person never scheduled the call. She said it out loud, but it never happened. And then when I follow up, because I know I'm working with your mindset. If you told me that you wanted to do something, there is a reason why you did it. And the reason why you're not doing it has to do with exactly what we're going to work inside of the Income Accelerator. So my job as your coach from the first moment that you interact with me is to help you to break those patterns. So I follow up and I say, hey, are you still interested on this? And her response was, I'm keeping it on my mind, but I just don't have the time right now. And there it is. You see how you have logically made sense already and set the signal to your brain, like, we are gonna work on money, which is a survival resource. So your nervous system is already shaking. I'm like, what the fuck I'm gonna work with money for? We are fine here. We are surviving. Why are you going through that? But okay, now that you have rationalized it, then let me pull out the other trigger, which is time. If you run out of time, you run out of time. You need to save time. As much as possible, you need to be effective with time. So if you go through a coaching program, and I'm doing here all the dialogue of your brain when this case happens, if you go through the coaching program, you're gonna run out of time, and you are already triggering one safety button here. Why would you trigger everything? No, you cannot do that, and immediately sends the signal to your emotional brain, which lets you to say, I just don't have time. I'm struggling with time, or I'm so busy with other commitments. So here's what you would need to do if you know that increasing your income it's a priority for you and that there is not going to be another option but to break through your income plateau and increase your income right now with your offers. That's the thing. We are not going to add in anything else. We're going to take whatever you have because what you have right now, it's great. And we are going to assess everything, like repack it, running through the rich framework, which is highly effective to increase your income and see the results. So what needs to happen is that you need to work with your brain and not against it. Yeah, and that's the core value of the Income Accelerator, working with your brain and not against it. So how do you do that in this case so that you can take the first step and at least schedule the call so you allow your brain to do different, showing that increasing your income is something that is going to be a reality for you? Well, very simple. I want you to imagine that you are a machine. You know how these industrial machines, they produce in mass, but they need somebody outside the machine to put at least the first input so that they can continue doing whatever they need to do. You are that machine. That machine that has learned how to do something so efficiently, so perfectly, and so accurate that has gotten you to this point. And that is great. That machine works perfectly for the input that you put a year ago or 2 years ago when your business started. You have that machine running that is generated the multiple six figures business. Great. But it hasn't changed. Why? Because the input hasn't changed. The machine is not going to change if the input doesn't change. Sometimes for the result to be different with the same machine, you have to change the input and you also have to change some parts of the machine, some parts of the mechanical things for the machine. So here's what I want you to do so that you can at least start a different outcome. Put a different input and rationalize what you're doing. So if today you listen to this episode and you know that the Income Accelerator, it's a pretty good option for you because it's a very focused program that is going to help you to increase your income by targeting the 3 sides of money that you haven't mastered yet but have already advanced a lot, that you are going to work with your own money story and you don't have to add anything else, that you can continue with your business because that's what you're so passionate about and you don't have to change anything about it, that you're going to learn how to work with your brain and not against it so that you can repeat this framework at any level of income, and that while you do all that, you are going to see the money coming in and increasing every single week. When you know that and you feel that little kick on your stomach or your chest just started to pump a little bit faster, or your palms got sweaty, or just you felt in your gut and you felt in your intuition, yeah, this is something that I probably should look into it, and you haven't scheduled the call that you can do by going to themoneymindset.com/income and schedule your call. If you haven't done that in the next 30 minutes after listening to this episode, in fact, if you haven't done that in the next 10 minutes after listening to this episode, I want you to really rationalize that you're not doing it and think that your machine is running with the same input and therefore the same outcome is going to come. That if you want to have a different outcome, your machine needs a different input right now. And that input can be only just scheduling a call. This is not a sales call. I don't have to convince you. I don't have to tell you why you should be in this program because that's on you. You are the ultimate consumer to make an educated decision whether this program is for you or not. But if you already have those quote unquote symptoms on your gut, on your heart, on your body, on your intuition, on your mind, I don't need to convince you. The great fit call that you are going to schedule is only to see if we vibe together, if this is exactly what you are expecting for you and for your business, so that we can make it happen. That's only what we're going to do inside of this call. Now, that is going to be your input, your new input. And whether you do it or not, I want you to be very aware of what you're doing, because the more aware that you are, the faster you change the narratives, the faster you break through your income plateaus.
Okay, but before I let you go, do you know that you have a space where your money mindset work is made extra simple so that you can increase your income, better your relationship with money, and grow your business in such a simple and easy way? Go to themoneymindset.hub.com and choose your path and start making those changes easily and effortlessly. That is themoneymindset.hub.com. Ahora sí, Wealthy Soul, if you love this episode, don't forget to leave a review down below. It will help me to help more wealthy souls to transfer their money mindset.